I'll give everybody a chance to come in. Here's another impromptu live for you all to this evening. I am really going to try to get on a schedule here, but we just had a little, not a lot, but a little bit of rain, and I want to share with you some things on why your tomatoes may be doing this. Um, I harvested a lot of tomatoes this morning, y'all. Let me tell y'all, I'm so grateful and thankful. And as you're coming in, if you don't mind, hit the like, hit the share. This way that YouTube will know we're live and it'll put us in their algorithm. But I was just really thankful today. I'll probably put a picture on the community post of the tomatoes that we harvested today. But what I will tell you is we've been harvesting a lot of tomatoes and I'm really thankful for it. But I had a phone call today, and this is really what makes me happy is when someone calls me or texts me or shares with me that when I send them tomatoes, because I've been giving out tomatoes left and right, y'all. But when somebody tastes the tomato, the conversation tonight was they haven't had a tomato that tasted this good in a really long time. And that is what I'm always hopeful to hear, because that's what it's all about. Like, I really like to grow food. I really like to grow flowers. I really like to grow herbs, but I really like it when people can taste the difference between what's at the grocery store versus what's homegrown. But I got a tomato in my hand, y'all, and I'm going to show you something in a minute. And I'm going to tell you a cause that it could be from. So, first, we harvested some tomatoes from, I really want to say this is like the big husky tomato plant. I really want to say that, but I'm not 100% sure. And so I'm still waiting on a lot of the tomatoes to go ahead and get ripe. But remember, we planted them at different times, so it's going to be different days to maturity and different days that they'll be ripe. But one of the ones that I harvested today, and I really harvested for this particular reason, and I'm not finna sit up here and lie to y'all. I do know that this is an indeterminate tomato. But I harvested this tomato and I want to tell y'all why, and I want to tell you what may be the cause of it. And they're really good tomato too. Like if you just want to slice up this tomato and some onions and cucumbers, oh boy, you got your treat there. But okay, so y'all know I have been really going on social media talking about how we have not gotten any rain for like the past, I'm serious, y'all, like maybe 2 weeks. It's just been dry. But what I have been trying to do, no matter what, is my in-ground beds, I've been trying to keep watered, and just have consistent watering. You know that the raised beds, so our raised beds do have drip irrigation. So I've been running the drip irrigation on that, so no problem there. But mostly my in-ground tomatoes is I try to come out here when I water. Let me tell y'all, I always a watering. So I'm going to forever say that. Don't just come splash a little bit of water on there for like 10 seconds and walk away, especially with tomatoes. You want to water deep. This way you don't have to water like all of the time. If you do a good deep watering, and I'm talking about some minutes involved, y'all. So literally what I will do is I will put the water hose down at the base of the plant and I will walk away and do something else. Now I can't give you an exact time on each one, but it's some minutes involved there. And so what I've been trying to do is just really just try to keep them watered, because I know that as time goes on and the temperatures start to cool down just a little bit, they'll be totally okay. But this is what happened. So I've been telling y'all, oh my gosh, I wish we could have some rain. So late Sunday night into early Monday morning. Now, it wasn't long, but I did see, I was hearing thundering and I did see lightning. And so, for about a good, I'm going to say 20 minutes, early Monday morning, we got a hard rain, not just a little sprinkle, but a really, really, really hard rain. And I was like, oh, I'm so thankful, because every time we get a rain, y'all, this helps me with the garden. And it also helps me with some of the plants back here and the roses back here that are still in pots that I need to do something to back here. But and we also just got, oh, I would say about a 10-minute shower, maybe a few minutes ago, which is why I'm out here and y'all don't see the sun out. But oftentimes when you get like a large influx of rain and it's like hard, this can sometimes cause what's called cracking in your tomatoes. And when I looked at this tomato probably Friday and Saturday, because y'all, I'm one of those people that will check my plants every day. I'm like, ooh, is it ripening? Ooh, is it ready? Like, I'm out here all the time. And so Friday and Saturday, no signs of cracking were on the tomato. But I really feel like with that hard influx of rain early Monday morning, it was just so much rain that sometimes it can cause your tomatoes to crack. It always depends on the variety as well, but I really think that is what caused some of the tomatoes that we had in the garden. This is not the only one. I just brought this out here to like give y'all an example. This is not the only one. We had a few more, but wait a minute now. Hold on, honey, we don't get rid of stuff like this. We just gonna slice this off from the bottom, because this is a beautiful ripe tomato right here. It's really, really ready. And so I'm gonna cut this up again. I got a couple of cucumbers that I gotta harvest, and then y'all know earlier this season I did harvest some onions. Now I didn't grow a lot of onions during the fall and the spring months, but I still got just a few left. And when I say a few, probably like maybe 10 onions left. And so we'll make use of that. That's always just a good combination to me. But I just wanted to share that with you. Oftentimes people are not sure. Um, they're not sure, like, why are these tomatoes cracking? Is it something wrong with that? And sometimes you got to look at like the watering, or if you get like a whole bunch of rain, a whole bunch of consistent rain, you may deal with cracking in your tomatoes too. Deanna said that she does that too with my flowers. I'm telling y'all, I am out here talking to them. I'm like, are y'all ready? I cannot tell you how many times I keep checking these Armenian cucumbers, because I'm like, okay, I see a whole bunch of male flowers on these cucumbers. And I see a whole bunch of bees that are pollinating the flowers, but I'm like, where are my females at for the cucumbers? Because I'm ready to start tasting these Armenian cucumbers. Now, we do have other cucumbers that we've planted, but I'm out here every day, like searching for the female cucumbers, searching for when they're going to start putting on cucumbers, because I've heard a lot about the Armenian cucumbers, and I really just want to try it and see if it's like worth the big rave, like a lot of people say. Because what I can tell you is that the sun gold tomatoes, they are all worth it. Like it's worth the rave about it. And I will be growing more of those. But I'm one of those ones, like, as much time as I can get to come out and check when I'm not at work, oh, I'm out here checking, and I'm out here scoping out everything that can be harvested. And again, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit the like button and the share. But I will put it in the community post that we did do just a nice harvest of some of the cherry tomatoes and some of the sauce tomatoes that I harvested as well. And the thing with the sauce tomatoes, I'm like, okay, now I'm not going to be making sauce every other week. So this Saturday, I made a big batch of the sauce using tomatoes that we harvested. But with this batch that I harvested today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the freezer Ziploc bags, and I'm gonna freeze them until I have like a whole lot, because the sauce that I made, it wasn't enough to can, but I did get two nice containers full out of the sauce that we made. But I'm just gonna like collect them, and then once I get enough to maybe where I can, then I will bring them back out. Yes, I've been talking to our squash. Yes, and zinnias. Let me tell y'all something really quick. Now I know we're talking about the tomatoes because of the title, and I'll recap on that before I get ready to go. But again, like if you have had like a dry spell like we've had, and then all of a sudden you get like a big influx of rain, then you could possibly have what's called like the tomato cracking. And again, it all depends on the variety because some of these tomatoes right here, they definitely were not affected by it. I got some more up here. I want to say these are the pineapple tomatoes. I really want to say that. It looks like this one maybe, but not, I'm not sure. But a lot of them were not really affected, but that one was. But it's still going to be good when I get ready to slice it all up. um I was looking at Deanna Marsh's post because y'all know if you didn't watch our live Sunday, one of the things that I'm supposed to be doing is doing one more second summer sewing. And so when I get off this live, I'm going to go sit down with my notebook, and I got like a seed container that I'm going to just go and do, just pick out some seeds to start one last time for the summer. I'm going to pick out varieties that have a shorter day to maturity, and then we're going to get those planted because I have started to see my zucchini and my squash decline. Now, a lot of people were like, how did you get it to grow like that? The squash vine borers. Well, I think they've shown up. I mean, I still have, let me see, we got like maybe one, two, it's five coming on here still. And again, y'all, what I did is I did an experiment. Now, I did not follow through with the experiment, so I'm not finna sit on here and lie like I really kept up with it. So I started the squash and I started the zucchini from seeds this season. And what I did, my initial thing was I was supposed to start them and train them through this tomato cage, because the purpose of training them through the tomato cage is I would cut off like every week. Normally, every Sunday, I would come out here and I would cut off some of the bigger leaves. What this did is it would cause this stem down here to become really hard, so that when the squash vine borers tried to bore through the main stem, it couldn't get through. Now, what I will tell you is it worked. The experiment worked. However, I did not finish training this like I thought I should. Okay. So I'm just like, you got to follow through. Same thing for this, but it looks like on the zucchini plant. Can y'all see it right here? It looks like down here, they're trying to come, and then you see right here where this one isn't that good. But right here, I mean, I still have some coming, but I'm not mad at this plant right here because it's giving me so much zucchini, y'all. I was like, okay, can you take a break? Because I can't eat it like this. I just can't, I think I gave some away this weekend, and then I said, okay, the next batch of zucchini that comes on, so it's three on here, and let me tell you, in about 2 days, all of these are going to be ready to harvest, because I don't like for them to get like too big because they get a little bit seedy. But I said, okay, when I get another batch, I am going to spiralize it. We're going to see what we get when we spiralize it. Hey, Shirley, how are you? I'm trying with my tomatoes. You know what we talked about today. We got some that are looking good, but we got some that are on their way, might be on their way out. And I'm okay with that. I'm all right because I'm going to get that last batch in for the summer, and we're going to get a lot of those preserved. But I was just really hoping, like I want the rain so bad, y'all. I do, because it's been helping me, but I don't want a lot of rain. See, let me tell you about me. I asked for these things and it's given to me. Then I got stipulations. Okay, I want a little bit more rain. Yes, I do. But I don't want it so much day after day after day that it starts causing things like my tomatoes to start cracking, because that is really what can happen. I know God, like, now which one you want? I'm sending you what you need, and then now you complain. I'm not complaining. If it rains and they crack, then just let it crack. Because early in the morning, I do try to get out here and I try to water all of my containers, y'all. I still got a lot of containers as far as plants that I need to plant. Now, y'all know, if you watch the live Sunday, you know I told you that my to-do list, now where did this come from? I think this blew over. Okay. Oh, don't worry about it, y'all. But you know I'm supposed to be getting this together right here. But when it rains like this, the soil, the clay soil immediately becomes like Play-Doh. So I got to give it time to dry out. So I'll keep y'all posted. I think every day I'm going to come on and just tell y'all what's on my to-do list for the season. But y'all see that plant stand over there? So all of those plants I got to do something with, and I got to get those planted. But we're going to get it together and I'll have a report for y'all on Sunday. I think the better time would be around 6 in the evening. I know I've came on around 12 too. So whether you're live now or you're watching the replay, put in the comments, like, would you rather me come on Sundays at noon, or would you rather me come on Sundays at around 6 in the evening, just to like recap what I like to do? Because believe it or not, y'all have been making me get a move on it, because I'm like, now see, I done told everybody all of these things I'm gonna do, and I gotta keep my word with it. So to be honest, y'all are really like motivating me, even on the days where I'm like, oh, I should be doing this or that. I get out here and I say, okay, I got to get this done. But let me show y'all some tomatoes that are coming on. Now, I actually bought these as transplants, and I planted them a little bit later, but they are bouncing back. And I actually harvested about 5 of these tomatoes today. And hello to me, because y'all know I told y'all good with labeling, but look what I did, y'all. Some way or another, I must stuck the label down in here. Now the top is missing, but at least we got the name of the tomatoes. These are Homestead Heirloom. They're determinate. So this is what I'm trying to contemplate. And so far they've been good. So this one down here, can y'all see it? It's starting to ripen as well. But I know that I pulled some off here this morning. And we also got some coming over here and over here. Like, they're all over. And what I did was I had some leftover zinnias. We had like the green envy zinnias, and evidently I must plant those pink zinnias back there. Sometimes I just be popping stuff. If Shirley is still on here, I took your advice. I just started popping stuff wherever, wherever, and this is what I'm getting. But let me tell y'all the disappointment. Let me tell you the total disappointment for this season is this peach tree. Everybody around here has peaches, but look at ours. I'm just so disappointed. But I'm going to tell y'all what I really think is happening. I'm going to move back a little bit. Now, when it comes to fruit trees, I'm not an expert, but I'm going to tell you what I think is happening. I think that this peach tree really needs a good pruning and a good cutting, at least half from the top, because I feel like a lot of the energy was used in foliage versus the fruit. Because everybody peach tree in this area, or peach trees that I passed by, they were no more than about 4 to 5 feet tall, and they did not have all of this leaf growth on here. They didn't have it. But I guarantee you, I'm going to get somebody out here. Somebody going to tell me why I did not get peaches this year. And they're also going to tell me what I need to do to get peaches next year. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get on that, because I was so excited when we got the peach blooms, because when we got here last year, this tree didn't look like this. And I remember the old owner said they had like a late freeze, and so a lot of the fruit was damaged. So I'm like, okay. But when I started seeing all of these different peaches on here, I was excited. I'm like, oh, I'm about to have a lot of peach cobbler. But as I stand back, y'all, look how big this tree has gotten. And so I really think it needs to be trimmed. And I think it's just so much foliage on here that it can't focus on like making the peaches big. because this is about how big all of them are. And we're not going to waste this asset like this. We're not doing that. So we're going to get this up under control. If I got to get somebody out here and pay them to get it right, because this is, it's huge. It's bigger than what it was when we got here. This is a big tree. So I'm gonna work on that. That's my on my to-do list. Evenings would be cooler for you. Yes, evenings are so much better to me, Deanna. But let me tell you what happens in the evening. And you know, my dad is like a certified. Let me see. I'm not finna sit up here and lie to you. I think it's entomologist, the ones that's into like. So when he used to work, he studied like bugs and I don't know. I have to get him on here one day to explain to y'all. But I remember him having to go to school like every year to get like a certification. So he told me that the mosquitoes come out either early in the morning or late in the evening, but you don't really see them out like during the heat of the day. The thing with it, Deanna, is these mosquitoes is on a whole nother level here. And I'm not sure why they are at me. Because oftentimes me and Chris can be out here and the mosquitoes don't bother him whatsoever. But they are tearing me up. Now I was talking to my sister and she was saying sometimes it can deal with blood types too. So I don't know if that's what it is or isn't, but I like to come out here in the evenings like this, but I definitely have to stay protected. And I'm going to make some more of my, look y'all, this is what I'm calling it. So I make this spray with essential oil and I'm calling it Quit Biting Me. Cause that's what I say to the mosquitoes every time. I'm like, will you please stop biting me? Or maybe I should call it Stop Biting Me. I'm like, will y'all still stop biting? I'm telling you, when I go in, I just got mosquito bites. And what I was telling someone today is they bite me through my clothes, y'all. Okay, so at first I was getting out here just doing stuff I know I didn't have any business doing. But y'all, I got on long sleeves. Okay, I got on pants. I got on pants. I got on boots, and they still will tear me up. But I hope Shirley, I don't know if Shirley is still on here or not, but I'm going to tell y'all what she told me today, and it makes total sense. This, look at y'all. Okay, you can't see them, but look where I'm pointing. You see these two yellow birds on that trellis. Can y'all see them? Two yellow birds. Hope I didn't get cut off. I did. Damn it. Yep, it froze. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb. Wait just a second. Can't. Okay, y'all. Oh, I hope y'all didn't hear me say some choice words if you're still there. It said it was interrupted. So I just had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And sometimes I need those gentle reminders. So normally it doesn't freeze up like that, but it did. It froze up. And so I'm back. So let's see. Whenever you're live, I'll try to catch you. I really enjoyed the thanks, Deanna. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Y'all probably, I was like, yeah, I was like, God dang it. I forgot to put my do not disturb on, but that's okay. I am going to remember. That's why I say, I sometimes you need some gentle reminders. Like last week I came out here with short sleeves on and I got bit and I swell up. And that's why I told you I wasn't even mad, because I'm like, sometimes you need those gentle reminders. So I needed that phone to ring because I'm like, you're supposed to put that phone on do not disturb, because yeah, my phone, and I'm bad with text messages and I'm bad with phone calls. That's why I don't really give people my number, because I think I have like 32 unread messages right now, but it's okay. But let's get back to what we were talking about. So let's go back to this plant. I had been noticing those two yellow birds that I just showed you. I noticed they've been perching right here, and they're just sitting up here and they are picking out the petals. This one, all my zinnias, to be honest, they just sit here and they pick out the petals. So I was telling my friend Shirley that day, and she said, you know what? They're after the seeds, because one of my tasks for this week that I shared with y'all was to put some bird feed or bird food in the feeders, and I have not done it yet. So that's a general reminder too. If you want your if you don't want to see zinnia flowers, then keep on not putting it in there, and you're gonna soon see what happens. And so she was like, they're after the birds, after the seeds of the zinnia. And I'm like, that makes total sense, because if you look at all of these, this is where the birds have been at, and they just sit here and they perch themselves and they just pick the seeds out. So they like zinnia seeds. Let me tell you what else they like. They like these sunflower seeds as well. That's where those two birds just came from. So they'll knock them down. Sometimes they'll be a little bit. So they just come out here and they just eat these seeds from the sunflowers. So this is what, okay, are those male birds, Deanna? Okay. I'm glad you told me, because when I was talking to somebody, I'm like, now I'm not finna sit up here and now the only bird I can like identify is, like, I want to say the red cardinals, and then the males are the pretty red ones that we see, and then like the females are kind of like a brownish reddish. Now those I can identify, but these are the two yellow birds, and they have like black and white stripes on their wings, but they stay in these sunflowers and they stay on these zinnia plants. But I'm okay with that, y'all, because I'm not finna sit up here and lie on them. So far, one only one of my tomatoes, out of all of the tomatoes that we're growing, only one looks like maybe a bird may have pecked it. But of all the tomatoes that I have harvested, they have not bothered them at all. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I just need to start putting like sunflowers within here, because like I shared with y'all, in Savannah, it was no way I could let these tomatoes sit here ripe like this on the vine. Not with those birds, because you could see their little beak prints, and they would just sit up here, and I would get them, like I would have to harvest them right when they start getting blush. And it's ripening either on the counter or like in the windowsill. It was no way that I could let my tomatoes not stay on here like this. No, it's no way. So I'm okay with them with the sunflowers. Now maybe next season, like next year, I may put them a sunflower patch up, because sometimes I think they get a little bit too close to my other stuff. And you know how sometimes they might say, okay, I'm tired of these zinnia petals, let me see what this will do. So they might start pecking on other stuff. So I may just make them their own patch. But y'all do know that this whole space, and we got the video online where we built the pollinator garden. So this whole space over here is like their pollinator area right here. So we're coining this pollinator island, and we're coining this berry lane over here. But this is specifically for the birds. So maybe next year I may plant like a few of the taller sunflowers for them, now that I see that they like them, so they can like stay out of my raised beds. But I'm not gonna lie on them. I'm not gonna lie. They have not bothered my tomatoes, except for except for one that I got, and I was like, okay, that must have been a bird that didn't know the ropes or something like that. But let me tell y'all what has been going on. I guess they're black crows. I don't know. I'm telling you now, birds. I need a lesson on the bird identification, which I'm probably sure I can go on Google. But let me tell you this about my pears. Oh, they getting ruthless. So it was like three black birds that were making all of this noise on this fence today. Y'all, they had a whole pear in their mouth, a whole pear. So do y'all see the pears coming on? So they're coming on pretty good. And I'm thinking to myself, do I need to go ahead and start harvesting these and letting them sit out? The squirrels are being ruthless. I'm going to tell you that. Squirrels are ruthless. They stay in this tree. And I remember last year, the old owner specifically said, now this is what they told me. This came out their mouth. They said, you will be good if you get about 6 to 10 pears off of this tree. And both of these, like this one and this one where I'm pointing at, both of those are pear trees. But I can tell you right now, if I keep seeing those blackbirds and those squirrels, like they literally had a whole pear in their mouth, just sitting here on the fence doing whatever. So I said, sometimes you got to pick your battles. Now, if they're going to leave my garden alone and they want some pears, but what I don't understand, y'all, is you got all this foliage back here. Go eat some of that. You got all this foliage, but if they stay out my garden, then I'm just going to let them have some of the pears. Now, where I really get upset is when they take the pears like this. This is where I get upset. Because, see, you being wasteful. Look at this. Look at this down here. Now you're starting to be wasteful. That's what you call wasteful. And see, this can bring about different stuff. So do y'all see all of this where they take it and they half eat it? And see, now I got to come out. I'm talking like I'm talking to my kids. Now I got to come out here and I got to clean all this up, because instead of y'all, oh my God, I didn't even see all of this back here. Y'all look at this over there. Now see, this is wastefulness at its best. That's just wastefulness. They taking bites out of it and they just leaving it. And see, this can draw a lot of stuff this way when you do it like that. Okay. So Shirley, what do y'all do with the birds and the squirrels? Because I'm just thinking, like, this is really wasteful right here. I didn't even see all of this. You see how they just took a little bite? I'm okay with sharing. I don't mind sharing with anybody, but don't be wasteful. Like I gotta show Chris. I'm gonna show Chris this. He need to see. He need to come out here and see. Like, you really being wasteful right now. Man, if I could just get some of them and pop them. You just being wasteful. Okay. Let me go through the comments real quick, because I'm gonna walk from back here, because see, now I done got a little upset, because see, you being wasteful. The finches love the black oil sunflower seeds in the feeder. I wonder, is that what's in these sunflowers when you say black oil? Because these are all black sunflowers, but I do have them some bird feed, and I forgot what the name of the bird feed from. Y'all know it's from like the big box stores, but it had all kind of birds on there, and I'm like, oh, they probably should really enjoy this. And then I got like the one that goes, I got like the non-melting one, that goes, it's like a rectangle, but it just goes right in here. And so I got that one too. I had to get the non-melting one, because let me tell y'all this. I ain't about just cleaning up messes all over the place. And so when I felt the one that wasn't non-melting and it was like made out of peanut butter or something, I said, this is going to be a mess right here. I'll pay the extra to do the non-melting, because we're not about to be having like droppings down here like that. That will probably drive me absolutely crazy. But let's see. Deanna says we have skunks, raccoons, all manner of wild. Okay, well, I'm going to shut up then, because, I mean, we did, I think, and if Shirley's on here, I think the deer got the message, because we haven't seen him in about a week. Lord, let me go knock on wood, because I don't want to see him either. But, okay, I'm going to be quiet now. The neighbors did say they're like it's a coyote somewhere on the loose. But y'all know, when it starts to get darker and darker, you ain't gonna find me out here. Not too tough. Not too tough. Now, I'll be looking out the window, and I do got to get a little bit more lighting around here. But you're not gonna find me outside. You know how they be saying, catch me outside? No, you ain't gonna catch me. Not at night. You're not gonna catch me outside. Not unless Chris is out here, but because I'm already like jumpy as it is with any little thing. But can you net your trees? I can, but I'm gonna have to get somebody down here to, like, they're gonna have to trim it down like half the size. Or I see what you're saying, Deanna. Yeah, I probably could net the ones that I could reach. That's a good idea. I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that and see if it'll help, because I'm very disappointed in these animals just really being wasteful. I don't mind. I really don't mind them doing whatever they need to do. But just like I say, don't be wasteful. If you're gonna eat the pear, eat the whole pear, and then just don't drop it on the ground. Maybe they're gonna come back and get it. I don't know, but just right now, that looks like a whole bunch of wastefulness. A lot of things can be made with those pears that are on the ground, and then it draws like ants and all kind of stuff. But okay, I'm gonna digress. Dear, dear, I am. I've been bagging the pears that I can reach with okay, so Shirley, yeah, it deterred them for a while last year, but towards the end of the season, they figured out how to bite through the doggone bags. See what I'm saying? And we have those too. I heard the coyotes a couple of nights ago. We had black bears in Virginia. Oh, Deanna said so beautiful. Okay, okay, Deanna. Okay, so yeah, so beautiful from afar. I get it. I get it. So beautiful from afar. Um, yeah, that's probably something that will probably have me inside, probably for about a week or something. But I don't know. I told y'all like maybe a couple months ago back there in the woods, I was talking to my neighbor, and whatever it was that was walking. Okay, so I'm 5'7". I would say at least about 3.5 feet. I don't know what it was. And I know I can see from afar. Well, I wear glasses too, but I know I'm like, I see something moving. And I was like, do you see that? And she was like, I don't see nothing. I'm like, So I don't know what that is, but it's not. I knew it wasn't a dog. I knew it wasn't a cat. I knew it wasn't a raccoon. I knew it wasn't a possum. It was something that was like kind of big. So yeah, like I say, in nighttime, I just come inside. I just do. Um, I didn't realize you had pears too. I would like to really harvest some of the pears. I would really like that, and I would really like to harvest some of those peaches. But we're gonna work on that one. The one thing, let me tell y'all what my aunt called me a week and a half ago and told me, y'all, and I did not think of this. So y'all remember at the beginning of the season, we had so many mulberries. And what I will tell you is the bird took just about every last one. I ate a few. They're good. But I think I'm just so used to blackberries. And speaking of, I made a blackberry cobbler tonight, the quick one. Oh, it was so good. It was really good. I'm really full. But she called me and she said, why don't you make next year mulberry wine? And I was like, do you know, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about mulberry jam. I was thinking about everything, but I didn't think about the mulberry wine. So I think I might just try that out and see. I have a video, one climbing up the deck to the bird feeder. I'm gonna look at your video, Deanna. I am, because it's just, for somebody who loves to garden, I really do. It's just a lot of wild animals. I'm just not with, I'm just not with it. I'm not with it. And I know probably maybe I need to get with it, but it'll come. It'll come. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. I didn't want to hold y'all long, but I harvested a lot of the cherry tomatoes. I trimmed the cherry tomato plants up, and then I got to do a lot of garden maintenance, because y'all remember I told you that I like to give myself like a timer each week and just kind of time myself and see what's going on. Now, y'all know I already got my 5 things that I got to do for this week. I think they're manageable, as long as the ground dries out a little bit, because I'm not even finna try to dig or break ground with the rain has wet the soil like this, because it's like total Play-Doh. But I still can. Let me show y'all what I was gonna do. Okay, so Sunday I said this is not a plant stand or a pot stand. So I have been out here working, y'all. So these are gonna go back to the garden center. Now y'all see how I've been like all of this type, I've been putting it together. I just want y'all to see the progress. I'm gonna have it done. All of this type, I've been putting it together. So I'm just grouping everything. All of these 6 trays, I've been putting them together, because what I want to do is sanitize them and then figure out, I do want some of the bigger pots so I can pot up. And then the rest, like this is my go back to the garden center pile. So I've been working on what we talked about Sunday on the live. Now, I will say I could have been done with this, y'all. It don't take that long. Sometimes I think I just be out here playing, just playing games and stuff. But I do want you to see that I've been making a little bit of progress. And so, I'm going to get those. I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to sanitize them, but I'm going to get them put up. And I know Chris going to have something to say, but I'm going to have to put them in here for a while. See, y'all, I wish y'all could really see this bird. He's not going to let me. He was on the sunflower seeds, but they're really pretty. And like Deanna said, okay, so one is a bright yellow, Deanna, and then one is a pale looking yellow. But okay, so probably the bright yellow is the male and maybe the pale yellow is the female, because someone told me years ago, like the prettiest, just say for instance, the peacock, the pretty blue one is the male. And I think the gray looking one is the female. So it's like the male ones are always pretty, like pretty and bright as far as color is what I'm talking about. So I see one that's pale yellow and bright yellow. Yeah, they own those sunflowers, but you know, you gotta be quiet. Can y'all see? I'm gonna zoom. Oh, they keep flying off. He go from the peach. He won't be still either. He goes from the top of the peach tree. I guess he's scoping stuff out. I think he's watching, and then he's letting the female come over here and get her some sunflowers. That's very gentleman of him. But can y'all see him? Okay, so I think this is the female. Can you see her on top of the red? She's more like the darker gray, but then when I go up in the tree up here, can you see him? He's a brighter yellow. So I think he watching out while she just make her move, because she gonna go down here on these sunflowers in just a second. I'm telling y'all, if you really just come outside and just watch nature, it's really amazing what they do. Okay, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Males are peacock. Yeah, the blue ones, the real pretty blue ones, those are the males. Do y'all see her? Look. I know that y'all, yep, I told you. And he's up here watching. So he on the lookout for him. And look, okay, so I think that's the male. What do y'all think? He's more of a brighter yellow. Do y'all see? And so she down there somewhere in them sunflowers right there. I know that's not what this live is about, but these two visit. Okay, do y'all see? You see her? But they visit all the time, like every single day. That's why I think I'm going to put them their own. Oh, females are almost brown, like a mustard. Okay, so maybe they two males then. Oh, okay then. Like a mustard color. I wish y'all could see them close up. I'm going to leave this live up. So you see, so you think that's a male too, Deanna? Look, over here to the right, because I think that's the male right here. And I don't want to make a sudden move. But okay. They're pretty, though. See how they're yellow, and then, like, his wing or his bottom is like a black and white stripe? I don't mind them with the sunflowers, but they need to stay off my zinnia petals. I do know that. That they need to do. Okay, now they going on about their business, y'all. Okay, let me get ready to go. All right. Okay, that was great, y'all. This was great, and this was great as well. So, okay, Deanna, I'm gonna leave you alone. Okay, so what type of bird is that? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up too. But I mean, if you just happen to know, can you put it in the comments? Because the only one I know is the cardinal. Oh, now in the springtime we did have like the blue jay birds, like the bluebirds. I guess you call them blue jay, but they're really pretty to look at. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get their food and I'm gonna, like, so I can bird watch. And then there's a hummingbird. Now this hummingbird, y'all, when I tell you it's fast, one day it got by my ear and I was like, I talk to the birds and the plants just like they can understand me. The hummingbird had got really close to my ear and I said, okay, now wait a minute, you getting a little bit too close. You need to stop flying so close to my ear, because it's almost like, look at them on the zinnias, y'all. But they're fast. I don't think I can catch him. But yeah, I had to tell him, now look at here, you getting a little bit too close to me. You go away, fly somewhere else. Okay. So a goldfinch. Okay, thank you so much, Deanna. Two messages. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Why didn't I think? Okay, a goldfinch. Yes, that makes so much sense. See, I keep calling them yellow, but a gold. Okay, so thank you very much, Deanna. So I know that we do have finches now, and we have the red cardinals here. I did see the bluebirds here as well. And I've seen some other really pretty birds. I don't know what on the bird feed. I did see something where it said like songbirds. I got to look them up because I don't know what they look like and who they are, or if we even have them here in Georgia. But soon and very soon, because I know they're probably getting tired of these sunflowers right here because they definitely been picking them. But these just bloomed like maybe 3-4 days ago. So maybe look at the pollinators, y'all. Do y'all see them? Y'all, this is why I do what I do, because they help me grow food. I'm talking about the pollinators now. It's like they about sleeping here, but they help me by pollinating all the good stuff. And so this is why I always put things close together like this, so everybody can just be happy, just be one big happy family. That's what I think it is. Sometimes I talk to the bees too because they get a little bit too close as well. And so, okay, y'all, I'm finna get off of here because I told myself yesterday, I'm like, you need to be in the bed by 9 o'clock, and I didn't meet that. I'm trying to do things where I can hold myself accountable once again. So I'm supposed to eat by 6:30, which I did. I've already eaten. But I keep telling myself, you need to be in the bed 9, no later than 9:30. Y'all, it was about 10:15 last night. And I'm like, you have got to just do it. And I'm just trying to make a few changes. That's all. But thank you so much, y'all, for hanging out with me. Remember, okay, so the whole purpose of this live, remember, if your tomatoes start to do like this and you've had like a influx of rain, that could be why. It's nothing that you did, or it's nothing that happened. It's just like, that's what they call cracking. It just gets so much moisture at once, and so it can cause your tomatoes to do that. But this is a totally fine tomato, and it's going to get totally sliced at the bottom, and we are going to continue. We're still going to eat it, okay? And so I will let y'all know. Y'all, I didn't see any comments, y'all, about our Sunday lives, if you prefer like noon or 6 o'clock. So I'll just keep trying each one of them out to see, which one seems to be more suitable. But I'm going to finish up what I told y'all from Sunday's live, doing my 5 things on the list. That's totally manageable. And then I will check back in with y'all Sunday. But we will have some more videos that are coming out this week. So stay tuned. And if you're catching the replay and if you're not subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe because we'll have more coming out. Y'all be safe and have a good night, and we'll talk again soon. Bye, y'all.